Hey there, guys. Music fan here. Haven't done this in a while, but I just have to talk about this song because today we're going to go on a very quick, very short song review, track review of the first ever At the Drive-In single since 2000. This song is called "Governed by Contagions." Apologize if I mess up the name, the title. It was leaked. Actually, no, it wasn't leaked. Actually, so what am I doing? It was released yesterday afternoon, on via Facebook. There was a download link. I will leave a link in the description box below for the download. It's free download, straight from the band to their fans, and we're gonna talk about it today. This is of course an exciting day because it's the first ever song since 2000. I have waited 15, 16 years more or less, so this is pretty big. This is a big deal. So anyway, let's get talking about this song really quick because I don't have that much time left. Anyways, this song is really something else. This song, when we last heard At the Drive-In, which was just 15, 16 years ago, was with Relationship of Command. Obviously, between then, they had done, with their split between 2001 and the eventual reunions of 2012 and this year, 2016, they have done a lot of different side projects. Of course, you guys know what they are: the Mars Volta, Sparta, Sleeper Car, Zavalas, and even more recently, Anti-Mask. That band kind of brought back their relationship between Cedric and Omar together after Cedric's Twitter storm comment on Twitter complaining about Omar, at that period of time. But now At the Drive-In reunited again in 2016. Unfortunately, Jim Ward is not there. I'll talk about a little bit more later, but for now, it leads straight to this song, Governed by Contagions. It's from their upcoming, as of now, unnamed studio album. There is going to be their fourth studio album. It's not titled yet, and there's no release date yet, but I will update over here when it eventually receives a release date. But anyway, this song right here, Governed by Contagions, sounds like In Casino Out mixed with songs off of the Via EP, with given the overall intense cover veracity of Relationship of Command. That's what this song reminds me of. There's like the ferocity again with this particular track. It is so awesome. It is so furious and just raging, and just like with this intense fury. I mean, Omar Rodriguez does these really fast-paced harmonic pickings with this particular song and his guitar playing here, and Cedric is just kind of like yelping and just kind of oddly reminds me, his vocal performance on this song reminds me of the type of vocal performance he used to do in Acrobatic Tenement, for example. Like, if you listen to that, his vocal takes on that song, it is a lot more intense. It is a lot more of the high range of his vocal range. And Tony Hajar does a fantastic job, as always, in this particular song. Like his drum fills, especially in the middle portion of this song, is really super intense. It's super fast. It's super straight to the point. And of course, the other band members perform great as well. So this song, I feel, it's as if the last 15, 16 years didn't exist for this band. They didn't split up. They didn't break up. This sounds exactly like they picked up where they left off from Relationship of Command and is just trudging on forward. I mean, the title, Governed by Contagions, again, I mispronounced the title, excuse me, sounds very Relationship of Command-esque. The whole performance of this song, the sheer cathartic ferocity of this song, it reminds me a little bit of Arc Arsenal, except not nearly as intense, but it's still close to intense nonetheless. It reminds me of Arc Arsenal and One Arm Scissor put together, and there you get this particular song. The lyrics are pretty impending doom has an impending doom feel to it. I mean, you look at songs, like, that's the way the guillotine claps. She's the one who's governed by contagions. And like, of course, Cedric's lyrics here are very oblique. They're very complex. And here they are a little bit, but at the same time, there is a more simplicity to his songwriting on this particular track. And so otherwise, this track is simply phenomenal. It is great. There are only two stickler points for me. Only two. It's not a perfect At the Drive-In song, however. There's 2 points that I have a problem with. And it's not that they're big, but they're very significant. One, of course, as it has to be mentioned, the missing presence of Jim Ward. Of course, he departed from the band just days before their 2016 reunion tour was bound to begin. And so the band hired Keely Davis from Jim Ward's band Sparta in to fill in his role. And that's that is not so much a bothersome to me. Over here in the choruses and in the verses of this song, I kind of feel as if Jim Present's vocal presence is missing. I mean, he would have added an extra sense of grit to this particular track that is already on here. I feel that that's kind of missing, and it's a shame. It kind of sucks, but what we got is just simply awesome. And the second complaint I have to say is that I think the track has a little bit too glossy. I'm not necessarily looking along the lines of lo-fi, acrobatic tenement-esque production necessarily, but I just kind of felt this song would have breathed a little bit more had it not been for that production sheen glossiness that is on top of it. Now, it's not poppy. I mean, again, Cedric's just ferocious vocal performance, the way he ranges those high notes, definitely gives the song an extra added fury to this track, But at times I feel the instruments are kind of like drowned a little bit in the very glossy production. I kind of wish that there wasn't at least a little bit of a balance between the glossiness of the song and the actual instruments. But then again, that's just my stickler point. Otherwise, this song is some can make the argument that this is just like Anti-Mask. It's an Anti-Mask ripoff, particularly, but I would argue against that in the sense that Anti-Mask's tracks are indeed furious. They are indeed catchy. They are indeed, has that punk rock edge to them. But the difference between Anti-Mask is that Cedric relies more on melody with those particular tracks. Here, he does rely on melody a little bit, but he adds his own ferocity. I mean, listen to his vocal performance in the verses and in the choruses of this particular track. It is simply just like suffocating fury in this track. His vocal performance is very animalistic, I have to say, as well as the lyrical writing on this particular track. Otherwise, I would give this song a 4.5 out of 5. Really, the only stickler points has to be those 2 other points. Jim Ward is not there, of course, we all know, and a little bit too much glossiness. But other than that, they don't detract anything else from the sheer fury of this track. I mean, this track is simply ferocious. This track is quick, straight to the point, has a little bit of Mars Volta-esque in them, a little bit of Anti-Mask, a little bit of In Casino via relationship-esque At the Drive-In stuff, qualities put into this song. And yeah, that's all I can say. 4.5 out of 5. It is simply an awesome track. I will leave a link in the description below. Tell me, what do you think? What do you think of Governed by Contagions from At the Drive-In? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Why or why not? I really want to hear you guys' thoughts on it. So that's all, Mr. Music Fan. At the Drive-In, Governed by Contagions. We'll wait for more, and hope you guys have a great day. Take care.